No, your phone.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not clicking.
Let me get to my channel real quick.
There we go.
Ugh, that looks really bad.
Oh god, yeah it does. Why?
Well, we're gonna hotfix it on the fly.
Okay.
Let me...
Oh yeah, we're live.
I know.
Okay.
I'll make the rest of the announcements once I get this fixed.
Alright. If it'll focus a little better. I mean, it looks a little cleaner when I do that.
Yeah. Let me make sure that the lens is clean.
Well, that's my lap. I would almost venture to say that made it worse.
Sorry. Here, scoot out of the way.
Alright, I'll scoot. I gotta go that way. I'm scooting this way.
Oh, okay. Oh, crap, I gotta make it so chat's visible.
Right up on there. Oh, it's our filthy house with our dirty setup.
That's much better picture already.
Yeah, it's still a little blurry, but it's better than it was.
Alright, so the end isn't as flexible as it likes to make itself out to be.
Right? Yeah, that might be about as good as it's gonna get.
So you want it to be this way. Toby, what are you doing in that box?
What's
Sweet
up, bud?
son.
What's up, good boy?
Okay. Yeah, I think that's as good as it's getting.
Alright. I shall come back over here. Shall we start the official start of the stream? Do we want to stop this one? Start?
No, we're good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's Amlido.
And it's Tarathiel.
You can't see him, but he's there.
I'm here.
Wave him to the...
This is my hands. Woo! And, yeah, so we haven't done a stream in a while, mainly because I've been just getting absolutely swamped at work. We're
Hi,
talking,
Rosario.
Hey, Rosario, what's up? We're talking like 12-hour days.
6 days a week at least.
6 to 7 days a week. It's been kind of a mess. On the plus side of all of that, my paycheck this week was sweet. So I thought I'd treat myself. And I've gotten a few of these before. These Space Marine heroes from Warhammer 40k.
Not the whole blind box.
No, just the individual little boxes. But but I've really liked those. I've really enjoyed them. I personally play Deathwatch, so I've been able to add quite a few new models to my Deathwatch army. But I thought, hey, I'd treat myself a little bit, and so I went on Amazon and
I went on Amazon.
I think I found them first.
No, I told you about
Did you tell me about them?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in any case, we came across this unopened store display box. This is the kind of thing that you would see at like a hobby shop or retailer if you were to go to purchase these, but it's an unopened, like still wrapped in the cellophane store box of 12 of these blind boxes. And for those of you who don't know, what a blind box is basically
the same thing as like a Magic the Gathering pack. You don't know what you're gonna get, right?
kind of, yeah, they're like booster packs, but for these models. So you got, this box has 12 boxes in it, and each one of those boxes has one model kit, and it's all random. You don't know what you get until it's opened. And they actually have a handy little guide right here that talks about how many there are to collect and the odds of getting each one.
A little more that way.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay. So like you can see here, like these two guys here, there's a 1 in 6 chance of getting them. You got this one here that's 5 in 36, which I was talking to Amlito about that earlier, and I thought that was a really odd fraction for them to, throw out. Then you have some of these that are 1 in 12, which is
uncommon.
The uncommon ones, about twice as rare as the regular ones. And then you have the chase model, which is a 1 in 36 chance. He's the super secret fancy one, the captain. It's kind of neat to see kind of what the odds of getting certain ones are.
Before we show this off, I want to try to focus on that a little bit more.
Oh, okay. Put this over here like so.
I'm trying to... You keep talking, I'm just trying to get the autofocus to work.
Okay. Is there anything I can do to help?
No.
Okay. Well, in any case, so basically what we're going to do once Amlito gets this autofocus thing under control is we're going to open this sucker up. We're going to, take a look at the boxes on the inside, and then we're going to start opening those boxes on the inside.
Oops.
Uh-oh. You focused it too much. Or not enough.
Not enough.
There we go.
I'm trying to configure the video.
But yeah, we'll open each of the boxes and talk a little bit about the sprues, the models, things like that. You'll be able to get my reaction to them. And if we have any like duplicates or any of the ones that I already have collected and have painted up, I will show those models off kind of towards the end of the thing.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do that at the start.
No, we'll do that at the end because
Okay.
it's still a surprise as far as like what the models are.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, we'll show off like the ones that I've done so far at the end of the video.
Maybe if I up the contrast? No!
Dude, that is the wrong idea. Please also hope that you'll bear with us a little bit. We are trying out something of a new setup. We had the webcam and stuff already, but we wanted to try and do like overhead shots for like streams when I'm working on models and stuff while Amledo is like playing a game. So we bought a like bendable arm for our webcam, or at least what we thought was for our webcam. Turns out our webcam doesn't have a way to be mounted on anything, and the one that we bought was for a webcam other than the one we had. So
Amledo's dyslexic.
well, I'm not gonna like throw you under the bus here about it, but I'm just saying we're making the best of the situation that we found ourselves in, and so we duct taped our webcam to the arm. It is currently on there with duct tape, which is fine.
No, this is as good as it's getting.
Yeah, so it's just unfortunate that like I don't know if that's our webcam being blurry or
Can I see that box?
The box?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get like a close up on it and have it look good.
Just see the table.
No, I mean
you'll see the table here, like.
yeah, I'm getting a better close up than you are.
You are, but you're not gonna want to hold all that up, are you?
No. I'm just showing off.
Okay, the different sides. Yeah, that blacked out model, by the way, that's the special chase model. The 1 in 36.
Okay, I think I've made my point.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, like this is about as good a quality as we're gonna be able to get on this
Bring that
camera.
Bring the box closer to the camera. I want to.
Ooh.
A little closer.
Ooh.
I want to see if it'll focus.
Ooh.
No, it does not.
It does not focus.
All right, screw it.
Yeah, but it does say Space Marine Heroes pretty clearly on the box. Another thing I wanted to point out too is that this is Series 1 of Space Marine Heroes. These are all tactical Marines.
Meant to be Ultramarines, right?
The sort of quote unquote canon for these guys is that they're all Ultramarines. But again, I've been painting them up as Deathwatch. And I'll explain how I did that like towards the end of the video when I'm showing off my models. Now, Series 2 exists. It is, so far it's Japan only, but it is coming to the States pretty soon, according to the Warhammer community. And that's going to be Terminators. Specifically, Blood Angels Terminators. And I'm super excited for that. I will almost certainly be getting another box of those when those come out, and we'll do another unboxing video for that. And then they just announced at Warhammer World or Warhammer Fest.
I think it's Warhammer Fest.
Warhammer Fest. They just announced Series 3 of Space Marine Heroes.
Ooh, can I guess? Is it Space Wolves?
It is not.
It's not?
It is not. You're probably never going to guess because...
Wait. Is it Chaos?
It is. They basically they were like, yeah, we might as well call this one Space Marine Anti-Heroes.
Let me guess.
Who's been really big in Chaos lately?
Death Guard?
Death Guard.
Yes!
Yeah, it's Space Marine Heroes Series 3 is all of our grungy, dirty, pus-filled,
Nasty
pockmarked
boys.
brethren. Yes, our gross, nasty boys. And again, that so far is Japan only, but they're like, Series 2 is coming to the States, so Series 3 is getting released in Japan. You know, and they'll start moving them out that way.
Question.
What's up?
Why does Japan get stuff first? Do we know?
Because Japan is just all around cooler than the United States.
I figured that England would get them first.
I kind of thought so too. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but from what I understand, stuff is coming out in Japan first, and the rest of the world second. Yeah, considering that Games Workshop is a UK based company, you figure stuff would come out there first.
But no.
But I maybe it has something to do with the manufacturer.
No, it says made in the UK.
Oh, it does. It does say that. That is really weird. You know what? I'll level with you here. I really don't know why they call it that, or why they do it that way.
We don't know, guys.
Don't know. If you know, though, feel free to leave a comment down below. Let us know why Games Workshop, a UK company, is
testing their stuff in Japan first.
Yeah, is releasing things in Japan and not the United Kingdom. I think that covers everything. So, without further ado, why don't we crack this bad boy open? I notice there's already a little bit of a flap here. I wonder if one of the cats maybe had gotten to this.
I think they probably did.
Because I actually got this morning and I had work, so I haven't had a chance to do anything with it until now. But I think one of the cats maybe have like snagged this with a claw. But that's alright, because that gives us a good opening to just get right up in there. Get this cellophane off.
I think it's just shrink wrap. I don't think it's cellophane.
Shrink wrap, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's coming off. Like a cheap pair of underwear. I don't know what it's made of, but it's coming off. We'll just get rid of that.
It looks like it opens diagonally.
Oh, it does, yeah, okay. So there's this lip here on the front where...
Which is sadly gonna tear the, like, model.
No, it won't.
Won't it?
See, look. The lip here is in the middle, and it's gonna open this way.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because I definitely wanted to keep the,
Yeah, we'll be able to keep the box. Like this whole bit here is coming off.
Or just do that way.
Okay, so this opens this way, and then this will come off. I think it's got to split down the middle first. Yeah, that's perforated. So that splits down the middle. Ah, it's in my light. And then, yeah, each of these side panels will come off.
Because you're supposed to fold the top.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
because it's supposed to be a display box.
As a display. There we go. So that's what it's supposed to look like. Got the little display lip here on the back of it. Got the little front panel there on the front of it. And then we got these nice 12 little boxes all lined up nice in a row. So I'll set those off to the side here.
I'm just going to put them with...
And I'm basically then going to start from the front and sort of just work my way around them. So we'll show off this little mini inside box first. Got some cool box art on the front. Nice Space Marine with a bolt pistol and a chainsword, doing
Marine-y stuff.
Yeah, doing the God Emperor's work. Back panel kind of shows like, here's what's inside. It's a sprue containing a single model. Here's kind of an easy sort of snap together guide of how to build it. Here's like a 100% like full size view of what that will look like once it's all put together. And there's a couple extra like little goodies inside here, and the like collect them all sort of chart. So see what we got on the inside.
You know, in Japan there are more than 9 of these.
Yeah, that is something I forgot to mention, as a matter of fact, is that Japan has a bunch of these that we did not get.
I think they've got 13.
I'm gonna be gentle with these things for this video, and I'm gonna actually use the X-Acto knife to get in here.
Why not use the scissors?
Well, the scissors I think are too kind of big.
Please note, ladies and gentlemen, he's being very unsafe with this X-Acto knife.
Yeah,
Don't.
I am just sort of holding the base of the blade, like not the blade itself, but like where it slots into the handle.
I would say for the sake of this, like, stream and safety, like, put it in the actual...
Alright, fine. For the sake of safety, I will be a safety Sammy and put the X-Acto knife in the handle like I'm supposed to. Don't be like me, folks. Don't be an unsafe, what's a word that starts with a U?
I don't know.
That would go with that. An unsafe Eustace? I know Eustace doesn't start with a...
Ulysses?
Yeah, don't be an unsafe Ulysses. That doesn't work at all.
No, it doesn't.
But, yeah. Be a safety Sammy and put your, X-Acto knife blade...
in the guard.
...into the handguard. And point it away from you. Do all that other stuff. Anyway, so we got this open. Let's pop this bad boy open. And we'll see what we got here. So there we got the model sprue. And this is Brother Castor. There's a picture of him there. Oh, I'll bring that down a little bit. Yeah. Brother Castor. He's got a picture of the model. This up here, I'm not really sure what this is for. I have not been able to figure out what this is for. I assume it's for some other kind of game or some variant on Warhammer 40k. Because this guy's armed with a bolter, and this is a picture of a heavy bolter. And then there's a D6, and then there's a target with a target reticle or whatever it's called with the number 3 on the inside. And again, I don't know what that's honestly for. But so that's one of the things that is included in each of these boxes is a card with sort of name and details about each of these characters. And it comes with a little pull-out guide. A little pull-out guide for all of the different models that you can collect. And again, the little sort of handy-dandy how to put them together
Guide-a-majig.
kind of a guide-a-majig. And I won't go over this for each and every one of these because they have one of these in every single one of these boxes. I will, however, point out if we get one of these that we haven't seen before, I will point out the character so that we can see that. Huh?
Do we already?
Castor?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get to him, towards the end. But this is the sprue for Brother Castor. As you can see, it follows the same kind of vein as the easy to build Space Marines.
Which is why on the back of these boxes, these ones say for 8 and up versus the usual 12 and up.
Yes, because there's a lot fewer parts. The parts are generally a lot bigger, and they snap together rather than having to be assembled with glue. Aside from the minor kit bashing and stuff that I did on my previous models to make them Deathwatch Marines, I don't think I used any glue on any of these guys. I might have used a little bit here and there, like I said, for minor things, but for the most part, yeah, they are almost entirely glue free.
Are there holes even for the feet?
Uh-huh.
Like there are pegs for them or whatever?
If you can see here on this base, which I love these bases, by the way, because they're very nicely sculpted. However, you are stuck with these bases because right here, if you can see, these are the toes of the boots already sculpted onto the base, and then they have pegs behind them where the pegs on the feet of the model will slot into.
So there's no room for foot posing.
No, there's no room for foot posing because the feet and legs are already attached to the back. So you have the sculpted base with the toes on it. You have the legs and the back all as one piece. You have the torso, the front of the torso rather. You have the right arm with the shoulder pad already attached, the weapon, which in this case is a bolter, and the left hand, which holds the bolter underneath, all just already as one piece. You have the right arm with the right shoulder pad already attached, all as one. And then you have the backpack. And one of the neat things that they also have is you have a choice between two heads. You have a bare head and a helmeted head. So it doesn't railroad you too hard, 100% into this is how you have to put this model together. You at least have the choice of whether to give them a helmet or not.
Now, if you wanted to, could you paint both and swap them out at will, or once you put that peg in the slot, is it pretty much in there?
They fit together really snugly, but not so snugly that if you weren't careful, you could maneuver one out and put the other one in.
Okay, so
I don't know too many people that would do that personally, but if you wanted to, I don't see why you couldn't.
I just figure maybe narrative or something reasons you could be on this planet we need to wear our helmets because
or hey, what if we're fighting in vacuum or in something with very little atmosphere,
on a death world or something.
Yeah, you could. Like I said, they fit pretty snugly, which is why I was able to assemble the ones that I have
without glue,
with very little glue. But like I said, it's not so tight that if you snap a piece together and need to change it, that you couldn't.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is Brother Castor. He's the he's the common one.
One of the common ones, right?
No, he's the common. He's the 5 and 36.
No, the 1 and 6 are more common.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so
He's the
Second tier?
semi-common.
He's not uncommon, but he's like, yeah, common-ish. I will say that this is the first duplicate that I've gotten. I believe you asked and I mentioned before that I do have Brother Castor already.
And are we going to show him off now or at the end of the stream?
No, we'll do all those at the end.
Okay.
But so that's basically all I have for Brother Castor. So
if you want to hand him to me, I will tuck him back in the box.
That is a good idea. I will start on the next one. You can box him up. All right. Be a safety Sammy, as they say. Use your X-Acto knife with the handle. Of course, I'm also being an unsafe Ulysses by cutting towards myself, but whatever, I'm being careful.
Do we consider using the handle of the X-Acto knife to be PPE?
Yeah, it's personal protective equipment. I could see that. Which one is this? Ah, okay. So this one here, this is Brother Gaian. He is another duplicate. He's one of the 1 in 6 models. This one I like just based on like the pose alone. If you can see on this card, he is kind of like starting to break into a run. He's got the bolter brought up like he's firing. But I thought that was a really nice pose. And I actually really enjoyed painting this one first time around when I got to it. This one is, in terms of the sprue itself, set up pretty similar to the other one. You got sculpted base with one toe on it this time because the other one is brought up in a running position. You've got all the other things like the bolter arms, or the one arm with the bolter, rather, the other arm, the backpack. Some noticeable differences between this and the other one, though, are that the front of the torso armor is actually connected to the right leg.
Which seems like an unusual choice, but I guess because of the pose.
Yeah, it's because of the pose and how the pieces snap together. And then on the other half of like the torso armor and the left leg, you also see the right shoulder pad is attached to that as well, and it includes like part of the right arm. So when you look at the arm with the bolter, it actually sort of cuts off at the elbow, and that again is just based on the pose that he's in.
They can't see you doing that.
No, I'm sort of doing it for your benefit as well as trying to visualize it while I explain it.
Ah, okay.
But because of the way the pose that he's in, that shoulder pad covers most of that arm. So when you're able to slot those arms into place, you're mostly just needing like that shoulder and this arm to connect in place.
So he's cut in half diagonally.
Yeah, kinda. In a way, yeah, sort of is. Wouldn't be the first time a Space Marine was cut in half diagonally, probably, but
not with Tyranids around, I'm sure.
Again, really cool sculpted base. I really like the idea of those.
They've started selling those in stores.
Sculpted bases? Yeah, they have.
And they look real good.
I need to get my hands on some of those. My only thing is that I tend not to use any sort of
Basing
on my models, and that's just a personal choice for me. Because with all the various types of planets and war zones and things out there, like in the 41st millennium,
you don't want to flock it for a desert terrain and be on a forest world,
right? Or a an ice world, or a city, or like something like that, where it's gonna like stand out and be like weird looking.
Right.
And that's just me. That's a personal choice.
No, that makes sense.
I know that there are plenty of people out there who base their models, and I know there are plenty of people out there who consider a model to be unfinished unless it has basing. And I know that most like professional like painting competitions, pretty much.
I don't want to say require.
Not require, but they like you're not going to get anywhere if you don't have anything based. But that's just a personal choice for me. And yeah, once again with this one, there are 2 different head choices. There's a bear head and a helmeted head. So that's pretty much all I can say about Brother Guyan. And I will hand him off to you.
These boxes say Warhammer 40k Universe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if, like... I don't know. Maybe that's got something to do with the numbers and stuff on the back?
It might. To be honest, I'm not sure. So here goes box number 3. Cut into that. Get that opened.
Excuse me while I make some noise.
You're all good.
Can I get you anything to drink while I'm...
Getting me anything to drink?
Yeah.
I suppose if you want.
What would you like?
I don't know. Surprise me, I guess.
Well, I could surprise you with really bad beer.
Oh, yeah, don't do that. Yeah, surprise me with something other than really bad beer. Okay, so this is nice. This is Brother Titus.
Who we do not have?
Who, this is one I do not have.
Excellent.
So this is cool. He's got a little portrait on the back there. And he's got a neat pose. He's basically just ejected an empty magazine from his bolter and has pulled a fresh one from a belt pouch. He's getting ready to slam that sucker home and keep fighting.
Do you mind a slightly warm Coke?
I do not mind a slightly warm Coke. I would prefer a cold one, but if slightly warm is the best you got, I will
it's
go with that.
It's the best I can offer.
I could deal with that. Thank you.
It is covered in cat hair because everything in this apartment is covered in cat
Could
hair.
deal with maybe less cat hair, but I'll take it.
I'm gonna squeeze past you because I have to use the restroom.
Orange vanilla Coke. Can you make it?
Yep.
All right. I'll keep talking about Brother Titus here while we're doing that.
Yay!
So yeah, once again, this is not one that I have previously. So this is kind of neat. He's got the sculpted base as per usual. Looks like both legs are attached to the back, and the front of the torso is its own separate piece. Each arm is his own separate piece. I might have to do some experimentation to see about converting this guy for the Death Watch. He's got some fiddly bits that I might have to like really pay close attention to. And once again, he's got a pair of heads. He's got a helmeted head and a bear head for optional head choices. And yeah, so that's Brother Titus. So that's pretty neat. I'll set that one off to the side, and we'll move on to box number 4. Squeeze in there with that knife. Pop that open. Pardon me real quick, I'm going to crack into this. It also builds the suspense a little bit. That's real good. If you like orange and you like vanilla, that orange vanilla Coke is real good. Ah, okay. So this one is Brother Garrus. And he is one that I have already. But he's also one of my favorites. Because he's very much the, like, gunslinger type. If you can see, just based on... Oh, wow. I didn't realize how, like, beat up he looked in that portrait.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, like, and that's sort of a blurry picture. Like, do me a favor, take a look at that. It's just smashed up face.
He looks like, Bruce Willis at the end of a Die Hard.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is Brother Garrus. He's sort of the, like, gunslinger type. And I say that because in one hand he's carrying his bolter, but then in the other hand he has whipped out a bolt pistol, and so he's sort of like wielding them both in a sort of akimbo fashion.
Yeah, that's the word for it.
And it's just an all around like really cool pose. Again, we've got sculpted bases.
His whole foots is on there.
Yeah, his whole foots. And when I say sculpted bases, by the way, I don't mean that like all of the bases are the same. I don't know if you've been able to tell with like each of these that I've shown you, but the sculpting on the bases is all different.
They are standing on the same type of terrain. That's just
Same type of terrain. It looks like a ruined sort of like imperial city or something, with like tile floor and like grading,
shattered stonework,
ductwork, and shattered masonry and stuff. Because it's all supposed to be like a theme. You know, they're all meant to sort of go together in this theme, but it's not the same base from like model to model. So that was kind of neat in terms of like, you know, painting these up, was sort of figuring out how am I gonna, you know, paint this particular base, and I'll show you how I did some of those towards the end of the video when we get to that. So anyway, so we got the sculpted base with the feet on it. We've got both of his legs attached to the back. Also, the right shoulder pad is attached to the back. And he's got quite a few like pouches and holsters and stuff on his belt. You got the arm, the left arm with the bolter. You got the right arm with the bolt pistol. The chest armor, the backpack, and as always, choice of two heads. This one is pretty cool because it actually includes like a targeting scope type of deal on the helmeted head. Sort of it. All of the like small details on this model, like the targeting scope, the marksman's award dangling from the bolt pistol, the scope on the bolt pistol, all of that kind of stuff, sort of hammers home the idea that like this guy is the gunslinger,
the sharpshooter
/ sharpshooter of the group. Everybody kind of has
a role.
I would almost say a specialty for most of them.
Okay.
I hope that I'll get to open one of these guys up and show you, but like they've got, you know, a grenadier, they've got a heavy weapons specialist, they've got
it's really tiny.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd be able to see it, but like they've got a special weapons guy. Like everybody's got kind of a role that they play within the squad. And so hopefully I'll be able to show you, some of those as they come up.
And what am I thinking? I can point to it on this little insert.
Ah, yes, you can.
We have...
Well, don't name names, but... Or unless it's already listed on there.
It's listed on here.
Okay.
Let's see. This here... I'm going to cover his name. This guy's throwing a grenade.
Yeah, the Grenadier. And then there's the guy up top there that has the rocket launcher.
The RPG.
And then there's the special weapons guy with the plasma gun. Promathor, I believe his name is.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Right there.
So yeah, you have specialists and stuff within the squad. This guy is sort of like the sharpshooter / gunslinger.
And then we don't know what this guy has. That's a mystery.
Brother Captain Thessarius. Okay, so I'm going to hand these to you. Because that's about all I can say for Brother Garrus.
Is it Brother Garrus or is it Brother Garrus?
Garrus, I'm not sure. It only has one R, so it's not like Garrus Vicarian. But I first saw it and I thought, it's pronounced Garrus. Alright. Box numero 5. Yeah, that's not Spanish at all, but that face you made was a very cringy face.
Because that was a very cringy thing to say.
What? Well, that wasn't that bad.
Come on, it's not a stream if I don't rib you a little bit.
Well, that's true.
Did we just do what I think we just did?
We just did what you think we just did. So, this...
Let me get a high five.
Yeah, let's get a high five for that.
Woo!
So this is the chase model, the one that everybody's after. This is Brother Captain Thessarius. This is the 1 in 36 chance model.
That means we've bought... How many did we have before this?
These 12 plus 5. So out of 17 boxes...
2 of 17.
2 of them have been the Brother Captain. That is incredibly good odds.
Right?
Or incredibly good luck on your part. So there, yeah, as I said, I do actually have this one already. Amlado was a sweetheart and bought me a couple of boxes of this for Christmas. And, we were just joking around about, like, how cool would that be if one of the ones in here was the captain. And sure enough, I opened it up and the captain was in it. And I was like, that is the coolest thing.
Rizariel, if you're still there, I actually pulled double duty that day. Because that's the day I picked him the captain and you the Moira blind box.
Yeah.
I pulled that off in one day.
She was having some kind of precognitive abilities that I can't even begin to fathom.
Because I picked up and put down 3 different boxes.
Mm-hmm. You measured that shit with your heart. Alright, so Brother Captain Thessarius
has the coolest base, in my opinion.
Actually, his base is pretty plain.
Because it's got the tread marks.
Tread marks? No, it doesn't.
I thought it had tread marks.
No. It's got, some, like, steel bits. It's got a little bit of tile. There's a skull on it in the back there. But it's, as far as the bases go, it's actually one of the plainer ones in my opinion.
Never mind then. I thought he was the one with the cool base.
No, but the rest of him, though, is fucking baller. Alright, so, and he's got, obviously, being a captain, he's got the most little ornamentation and, like, cool decked out details. So, we got legs attached to the front of the torso.
And a shoulder pad.
Yeah, with the shoulder pad and the beginnings of this cape, which is pretty much all here connected to the back armor. It's got pretty good like sculpted details, like the Imperial Eagle on like the corners, stuff like that. Got the sculpted base with the feet. He's got a backpack which has a little more ornamentation, as well as an iron halo.
I was gonna ask if that's what that was.
Yeah, which, for those of you who are unaware, iron halos are basically, they're like relic kind of items that are given out to like high-ranking officers and stuff like that.
They're
and,
sort of like force field generators, right?
Yep, yeah, they're basically like a personal force field generator.
See, I'm coming at this as the like kind of sort of noobish.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to have the input of the people.
But yeah, that's all good. But yeah, it's basically like a personal force field generator. So he's got, once again, choice of 2 different heads, bearer and helmeted.
Is that a power sword, or
Yes.
that is a power sword?
Yes, he's wielding a power sword in his left hand with the tip pointed down, like he's sort of like resting the tip of it on the ground. And he's also wielding a plasma pistol in the other hand, and the right shoulder pad. Yeah, the right shoulder pad is sculpted onto this arm, but it's got quite a bit of detail. It's got like a iron laurel around it. It's got this like ridge up at the top, and yeah, this was actually like one of my favorite ones to put together. Not only because of just sort of the rarity of it, but the challenge that went into building him and putting him together. All the little details and things.
Getting capes right has been something that Tarathiel has come to be really good at, actually.
I mean,
he's gotten really good at showing like depth of the cape with like different shades of paint, so
yeah.
it looks like actual shadow, and
it's still something that I need to like work on and improve on. It's still something I'm a long way from, like, you know, because you always see people that like enter in like Golden Demon and like Heavy Metal and, you know, all these other like painting contests, and you're like, this looks way better than anything I could do. But, you know, I think I definitely have improved quite a bit since I like first started doing those.
You know, you've got an edge on those guys though, because a lot of them use the airbrush and you just paint by hand.
Fair enough. So yeah, so this was Brother Captain Thessarius, which, I mean, honestly, for being a 1 in 36 like shot, have I been saying 32 this whole time, or did I say 36?
You said 36.
Okay, good. So yeah, for being a 1 in 36 shot, getting him twice out of 17 boxes, I think is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So break into box number 6. We are about halfway there almost. Pop that open. Oh, alright. I was hoping to get this guy. This is cool. So, this is Brother Sergeant Sevastus. And this is once again, Amlito, for your information, one that I do not have.
I know.
Or did not. So yeah, this is the squad leader. Captains are the company leader. They basically lead a tenth of a chapter. They lead around 100 warriors.
Depending on if you're Codex compliant or not.
Right, which the Ultramarines obviously are. However, squad sergeants are usually in charge of around 10 Space Marines max. So it's 10 Marines and a sergeant, or including a sergeant. Each sergeant, then there's 10 of them that report to the captain, and there's 10 captains that report to the chapter master. It's like a
hierarchy.
It's a hierarchy, for lack of a better term, because I think that is the actual term. So yeah, this is new for me. Okay, so got a sculpted base with what looks like a ton of like smashed tile work, little bit of like piping or like drainage ditch kind of things, or something in there. But that'll be an interesting thing to tackle. He's also standing on a bit of like fallen statuary, which looks like an imperial saint or something. Little shrine of some sort. This leg that is standing on the statuary is sort of by itself.
I'm gonna mute the mic real quick because we got a train coming.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think we're back. Hi, guys!
Hey, we're back. Sorry about the train, but we are back. So anyway, you got the sculpted base. You got this leg standing on the fallen masonry by itself, which will slot into the hip here. You have this leg and the back armor and the left shoulder pad, all kind of sculpted into one. You have the chest armor with these.
Do you mind if I get a pen and make a little check mark by the ones that we have on one of these inserts?
Do that on the one I have over here, because this is the one I'm keeping with all of these. But we can do that later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got these. Got the chest armor. Got the backpack with a little bit of like scroll work and stuff on it. You once again have two shoulder pads, or not shoulder pads, two
head choices.
Head choices, which is cool. I don't know if you can see that on this on this camera, but the bear head, he's actually got like a beard.
I don't know if it's gonna show up too well, but he's a beardy boy.
Yeah, he's a yelling beardy boy. But in terms of armaments, he's carrying a chainsword and a gravity pistol.
What is a gravity pistol, pray tell?
Gravity pistol is relatively new.
Primaris?
Technology? No, it's not Primaris. It's something that like they used to use back in like the age of the heresy, and it sort of like fell out of use, or like the technology got lost or whatever, and then they sort of like brought it back. But grav pistols and like grav weapons and stuff, basically it just creates a localized area of like intense gravity. So
just boom.
Just like tanks implode and like warriors are just crushed under the weight of their own armor.
And it will ground a grav tank?
I think so, yeah. Basically I don't know what the new stats for them are these days in like 8th edition, but back when they were first brought out, the stats used to be that like basically the tougher the armor on the target, the more damage it would actually do to them if it hit them. Because the idea was the thicker your armor, the more it's going to collapse in on itself,
okay.
Because
that
of
makes sense.
That focused gravity. So this is once again going to pose something of a challenge to me in terms of converting it to the Death Watch. I might be able to do it. I'm just going to have to take like a really good look at the model and like really figure out how to do it and be really careful.
This is the shoulder pad?
Yeah. Because it's sculpted on. So I will have to, like I said, be very careful about how I do that. But yeah, so this is Brother Sergeant Sebastus.
Is he the only
Ah,
sergeant?
here we go. If you look at his portrait, oh my god, yeah, he's a very beardy boy. My immediate reaction, looking at this guy, you know who he looks like to me?
Let me see. Who does he look like to you?
He looks like. Do you remember in the first Hellboy movie when they dig that Russian guy out of his fucking grave
Oh,
and reanimate him, and he's like calling him an asshole and all that shit?
yeah.
He looks like that guy.
Oh, hey, I recognize the things on his forehead.
Oh, the service studs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that in the picture very well. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Right over here.
What looks kind of like a scar.
Yeah, right above his right temple. He's got two metal studs sort of set into his forehead, and those are service studs. And basically, it is just that. It is a metal stud that is like
Punched into the skull,
punched
basically.
into the skull, like grafted onto the skull, as a badge of honor, basically to mark a term of service, a period of years of service.
Like a tour of duty kind of thing, or
Not so much a tour of duty,
like
because
service anniversaries.
Service anniversary. Yeah, it's not a tour of duty because it's not like they serve for a while and then can leave. You just always are a Space Marine.
Okay, so do you get like additional ones if you participate in a certain crusade and survive?
Those are like campaign badges.
Okay, so they're different.
Yeah. But service studs usually denote. I think different chapters do it differently, but I think generally speaking,
It's a century of service.
It's I've heard 25 and I've heard 50. Like years.
Okay.
So if we assume 50.
Let's assume 50.
Let's assume 50. We can say that Brother Sergeant Sebastus is at least 100 years old, having served with the Ultramarines.
Well, at least, yeah, I was gonna say at least 100 years in service.
Well, and I say at least because that's 100 years as a full-fledged initiate of the chapter, as
instead
a
of a scout or
Space
a
Marine. Right. Because scouts are essentially in training. They're not going to get service studs for being a scout for 50 years unless you're what's his name?
You're not helping.
I'm drawing a blank here, but the Ultramarines have a scout master, essentially. Like, he's the
Trainer of all baby Marines.
yeah. But the thing is, he's been doing it for so long, and he's like so good at it that, like, if he wanted to, he could have risen up to the ranks of the first company by now. But he's basically like, no, I'm gonna hang out down here in the 10th company
And earn my glory by the men that I train.
by teaching these men how to be the best that they can be. I mean, he's been going for ever.
And let's put it to you this way: it's really difficult to train people because Tarathiel trained people at his job for a long time.
For like a year, and it sucked. It was horrible.
It drained the life out of him.
Of course, Space Marines, even Space Marine Scouts, I think, are a little more competent than the people that I had to deal with. I would say, to put it into perspective, he trained Marnius Calgar.
Damn!
Yeah. Yeah, he trained Calgar.
Calgar is the chapter master, or well, was.
No, he still is.
I thought he gave chapter master duties to Gwilliman.
No, Gwilliman's the steward of the Imperium. He doesn't have time for any of that shit.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Primarnius Calgar.
Primarnius Calgar.
That's the the sort of nickname that he's been given now that he's gotten like Primaris upgrades and shit. Okay, so this is box number 7. Yeah, that was Brother Sergeant Sevastus, by the way. And we kind of like hustled him off.
We actually stayed on him for quite a while.
Well, but I mean, like, we didn't kind of round him out and then ship him off. He just kind of got handed over to you and disappeared. So, what do we got here? Ah, okay. This would be another Brother Titus. Yeah, this is the guy that has just ejected the spent Vulture magazine and is slotting another one home. Same as last time, you got sculpted base, legs with back armor, backpack, arm holding the magazine, arm holding the bolter, front of the torso armor, 2 heads. Not going to spend a lot of time on him just because I've
Already done that.
Yeah, we've already gone through him. So I will hand these off to you, and we will go on
to box number 8.
Box number 8. So we are 2/3 of the way through.
And we're still missing 2 dudes.
Or just about 2/3. After this one, we'll be 2/3 of the way through.
Question is, can we get them?
I hope so. Like, I'm happy with the haul that we got. Ah, you jinxed me. And I say jinx, but it's really actually in a good way, because this is Brother Remus.
A rocket launchy boy!
Yeah, this is one I did not have. One of the ones that we were hoping for.
One of the ones that is 1 in 12, I believe.
1 in 12. He's a rocket launchy boy. He's the heavy weapons specialist.
You can see his legs are posed in a kneeling fashion.
Yes,
for stability.
He is kneeling. Once again, got cool sculpted base. He's actually got quite a few bits, or at least maybe they're just larger than I'm used to. You got the kneeling legs. You've got this one arm holding the rocket launcher, which is currently in the middle of firing a rocket, which that's a neat touch. You've got the other hand that is supporting the rocket launcher for stability.
Is that the shoulder that you'll need to...
This is the one I'll need to trim, yes. We've got the chest armor with a bit of thigh armor there. The back armor here. Once again, we have 2 different heads. I kind of like this helmeted head because it has like extra like targeting scopes and stuff on it. I don't know if you can.
Let me see if I can
from where you're at.
Pull this out and show them on.
But then his backpack is nice and large because it's got essentially an auto loader on the back of it.
I don't know how well that's showing up.
Kind of showing up.
But he's got...
Yeah, he's got a bunch of like targeters and stuff on the side of his helmet.
Aim assist and whatnot.
Yep. But yeah, the backpack basically, like fitting over the top of the backpack is a big old autoloader, which basically has like an arm attached to it that will pick up a rocket and load the
So what, it's like a servo arm?
kind of, except it doesn't have the same mobility that a servo arm does. Servo arms have a lot more like
range of motion and
a lot more range of motion and a lot more utility to them. This basically is just, all it does is it picks up another rocket or belt feed, or depending on what heavy weapon you're using.
automated but not like automatic.
Automated, but not. Yeah, it's not thought controlled or anything like that. The way that a servo arm is.
Okay. So he hasn't got a special implant to operate it or anything like that.
Not that I'm aware of. He might, but as far as I know, it's essentially just an automated thing. Like, it essentially links up to his armor and weapons like systems.
Okay.
So he knows that, I've fired a rocket, so time to load another one in, basically. And they do that because way back in the day, back in the days of Old Hammer, as we call it, heavy weapons crews, even like Space Marine heavy weapons crews,
had a scout with them for loading.
Not a scout, but a loader. Like, you had somebody firing the weapon, and then you had someone whose job it was to like load the weapon, carry ammunition, load the weapon.
That seems really inconvenient.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those like
waste of a squad member.
Yeah, and it was. I get why they did it, because like that's a real thing,
right?
For like heavy weapons teams, but when you're talking about
superhumans, basically.
Yeah, giant superhuman warriors. It's kind of like you don't really need that.
You don't really need it.
The most you need maybe is an extra little doohickey on your armor to like sort of slot the ammunition home for you. So they came up with the autoloader. So yeah, there's a good picture of that. I keep forgetting to like turn these over and look at that. Yeah. So you got the autoloader here, kind of like hanging over the back there, and then all that stuff is all like targeters for lighting up distant targets.
Okay then.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited actually to paint this guy up. Not only because he's not one that I've done before, but also because I don't have a lot of experience painting up like a lot of heavy weapons guys, and B, because I don't have too many heavy weapons guys in my Death Watch, and I've been looking to get some more. So when I get him converted and painted up, he's gonna look pretty good, I hope.
Heavy weapons guys usually only come like 1 to a 10-man squad?
No, with the Death Watch kits, there's actually each like kit of like veterans allows you to build 2. Because it comes with the Infernus Heavy Bolter and with the Frag Cannon. And you can have up to 4 in a squad.
But that means buying 2 boxes.
I mean, it would mean buying 2 boxes, but it's like you build one squad without a heavy weapon as like more of a mobile, hard and fast kind of unit. And then you build another one with a bunch of the heavy weapons as sort of the like stay put and just mow anything down that moves. Kind of a squad like that.
Okay.
So Alido has pointed this box out. This will be box number 9. So let's see if she's working her mojo.
I don't think I am, but
yeah, you don't know, man. You do not know. Are you? You gotta be kidding me.
Did I do it?
You actually did.
Yes!
You actually did. So this is Brother Vaniel. He is, you can see him there, screaming and
Bring
yelling
him down
about,
a little bit. Towards you.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yelling about something. He's got a bandolier. He's like, "Hey, who took my bolter? I'm gonna throw a grenade at you. Give that back." So anyway, yeah. So this is Brother Vaniel.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all 9.
That is all 9. Holy crap.
We have the whole series.
And we still have 3 boxes to go. So anyway, yeah. So this is Brother Vaniel. He's got once again the sculpted base. Looks like he's got 1 foot sculpted onto the base and 1 foot without. Got the front armor with the...
You might want to put it...
Oops,
there you
there
go.
we go. Front armor with the bandolier. Back armor and the leg. That's all sculpted on. Backpack. Oh, okay. So this leg is sculpted on with like the bottom half of the bandolier.
Oh, that's going to be interesting to fit.
Yeah, that's neat. I'm going to have to like get under here, paint the bandolier, or paint the armor and everything underneath first, all the cables and stuff like that underneath there first, then put this leg on, or rather then paint this leg and the bandolier, then put that on, like attach it to everything else. So that'll be interesting, fitting all that together. This arm here, yeah, he's got the left arm, which basically has a, or no, I'm sorry, the right arm has a grenade that he's primed, ready to throw. He's kind of like leaning back, getting ready to throw it. And the left arm is just sort of like cradling his bolter, sort of slung over his shoulder while he throws the grenade. Getting ready to lift it back up and use it once that grenade goes off. And as always, we got two different heads.
Is one his screamy head?
One is the screamy head, yes. One, he has a mohawk, and he's screaming about whoever took his bolter. Said, I left it right here, and I found it way over there. Who took it? I'm gonna fucking frag the lot of you if you don't fess up now. So yeah, so that's Brother Baniel. That will round out the squad in its entirety. I am already like super excited for this because like I didn't really expect to get like one of everybody, like all, you know, like so quickly, but I'm very pleased. And now keep in mind too, I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but like I got pretty lucky just with the contents of this box so far, and B, I had already bought 5 blind boxes like ahead of time.
So it took us 17 boxes to get the entire squad. It will probably take you more.
It may or may not. The thing is, it's all random. It's a random blind box. So, you know, I was lucky enough that I got, you know, each one, like each time. And you may get that lucky, you may not. You may be more lucky. You might buy a box of 12, and each one of those in there, minus like the last 3, you know, might be different. But you know, if you buy this product, just go into it with the understanding that because it's all random chance, it's all a blind box, there is no guarantee that you're going to get the full set.
You might wind up with 6 duplicates. Or
I mean, I hope not, because that sounds like really bad luck, but
it is possible.
It is possible theoretically. But you know, that is just something that I would caution people on, like outright. By no means am I saying don't pick one of these up, because these are fantastic. But just be aware that like you're not guaranteed any of that just because you bought,
right,
you know, those like that box set, or the display box rather. So let's go on to box number 10, which is guaranteed at this point to be a duplicate,
but we'll see who it is.
But yeah, it'll still be neat to see who it is. And I guess now that all these are duplicates, we can sort of run through them real fast. The video will go a little bit quicker, and I'll get to show you the models that I have, that I have done and painted up. So here we have Brother Guyan, who is once again the running guy. It's, same as last time. You got the sculpted base. You got the back armor, the leg, the shoulder pad, all sculpted into one. Got the front torso armor and this leg sculpted into one. Got this arm with the bolter. Got this arm holding the bolter. Backpack, choice of 2 heads. Pretty much, pretty standard as the first one. There's a picture of Brother Guy, and I don't remember if I showed this side of the card.
No, I don't think
the
you
first
did.
time. So yeah, he's just a running boy. So that is box number 10. That was Brother Guyan. Oops. Don't forget that bit.
Oh, oops.
I didn't know if you saw that fall.
No, I did not.
So now here we have box number 11.
So now let's just state for the record that for you, duplicates are not a bad thing.
Oh no, not at all.
He's got a lot of squads to fill out.
Because I have a lot of squads to fill out, and B, the thing about the Death Watch is just because you have a duplicate model doesn't mean they have to be from the same chapter. I have one Brother Guyan model already painted up, and no spoilers, because I'll show him later, but he's not an Ultramarine. I'm one of those people that thinks that the Ultramarines kind of get a little bit too much recognition as it is. So I try to show recognition for some of the lesser known chapters. So I don't think I've painted any. I haven't painted any of my guys up as Ultramarines yet. However,
I thought you had.
no, I mean these.
Oh.
These ones that I have.
I was
going
to say because I distinctly remember at least one Ultramarine.
I have a few Ultramarines in my Death Watch, but of these 5 models that I got previously before we got this box, none of them were Ultramarines.
Okay.
But my point though is the first Brother Guyan model that I got, I painted them up as one chapter, and if I get with this second one, I could paint him up an entirely different chapter, and he would look, almost like he would still have the same pose and everything like that, but other than that, he would look like a totally different dude.
Yeah.
Also, because of the choice of 2 heads, one could have a helmet and one could have a bare head.
True.
Which would also help him look
different.
Pretty dissimilar. Man, I'm having trouble talking. Yeah, it would also make him look pretty different just at a glance. Until you really looked at it and realized, oh hey, that's the same base model, essentially. So, okay. That's not bad at all. So this is Brother Promathor. And he is another one of the uncommon 1 in 12 models. He is the special weapons guy. He's wielding a plasma gun, which is pretty good in terms of game mechanics and stuff like that. Right now in the current meta, I think it's a step below Flamers, which are auto hits. But they do a lot of pretty good damage to most infantry. So this guy we'll talk about a little bit here because I haven't shown one of him off yet. His portrait, by the way,
he looks like Vader.
Fucking baller. He reminds me of Bane.
He reminds me of Vader.
I could see Vader, but my first thought was Bane.
Yep, my first thought is Vader.
Because he's got this, he's got that rebreather mask. It very much looked kind of like, I'm burned. You know, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. That's what he says, right?
Yeah.
Shows up and like kicks Christian Bale's chest and he's like, "Hi, I am Dane." Right? Isn't that how that works?
Yep.
So anyway, so we have the sculpted base. I'm trying to remember what the like name for that texture is. Help me out.
Let me see.
It's like it's that same sort of texture that you see in like truck beds.
It just looks like anti-slip texture to me. I don't know.
There's a name for that though, and I don't remember what it is. Because I keep wanting to say corrugated, and I'm like, no, that's like...
That's not right. This is the one I was talking about. I thought these were tread marks.
Oh, yeah, they're not tread marks. That's that steel with the, like, that anti-slip texture you were talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got a sculpted base with his feet on it, like a spent, like, power cartridge, and a Tyranid Gene Stealer head, which, you know, that's always fun. And you got the legs and the right shoulder pad, complete with a little purity seal there. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's there. All attached to the back armor. You have the front chest plate armor right here. The backpack. This arm, the left arm with the shoulder pad. The arm holding the plasma gun, which if you may not be able to see it really well with the way that our webcam is. But one of the neat things about this particular arm is that this whole like right arm from the elbow down is all augmetic. Like it's a cybernetic arm, which
Fancy words for it's fake and mechanical.
right, but it suggests also that this guy is the like weapons specialist. He carries around this plasma gun, but he may or may not have had, you know,
An overcharge issue?
an overcharge issue at one point. Which, you know, for those of you that are...
Maki child.
Thanks, Maki. Did you really need to do that?
No, she didn't.
Anyway, for those of you that are unaware, plasma guns have this thing where if you... can't be doing that on stream, baby girl. Plasma guns have this thing where if you want, you can overcharge them to do like a crazy amount of damage if they hit. But if you roll a 1, it all essentially backfires. Like it overheats and
It's like rolling a 1 in D&D.
yeah, it's like rolling a 1 in D&D. Like it overheats and, you know, thermal vents essentially, you know, pop out and cause damage or, you know, do whatever. Basically it overheats and damages the wielder. So
And it takes what, like a turn to...
No, it causes, like, it will cause a wound. Like,
Yeah.
you could end up killing that model doing that.
Oh, but I mean, doesn't it take like a turn to cool down?
No.
No. I'm wrong.
But the point though is that having this augmetic arm here suggests that, you know, he is the like weapon specialist, but you know, he may have had that happen to him in the past. And it's neat little details like that that I really like about these models, because these are fairly like, you know, run of the mill in terms of you know, you just have dude with bolter number 2, you know, things like that. But it's little details like this on the like specialist characters that I find like really interesting. And I'll come back to that augmetic arm in a bit, like when I start showing off the ones that I've already made, it will come up, and like I had a reason for doing it the way that I did, and I'll explain that. So yeah, so this is Brother Promathor, who was box number 11. Now,
The final box.
last but not least, box number 12. Get right up in there. Who's it gonna be? Who we gonna get? Who we gonna get? Aha! So we have another Brother Garrus. Which is, if you recall, our gunslinger slash sharpshooter guy. That's pretty like standard stuff. Obviously, we got sculpted base with the feet. We got the legs and the back armor here. Front torso armor. Arm with bolter. Arm with bolt pistol. Backpack. Choice of 2 heads. All that stuff that we covered on the previous one. And that'll do it in terms of the Space Marine Heroes store display blind box set.
That is a pretty good haul.
That is a damn good haul. We got a bunch of the uncommon ones. We got a handful of the common ones. We got the rare
Chase model.
1 in 36 chase model, the captain. Like, no matter how you slice that, that is a really good haul. For right around $80.
No, not even that.
I thought it was.
It was 72.
Was it 72? I thought it was 80.
Nope.
Wow.
72.
Okay. Well, that is.
Thanks,
Lucky.
Rocky.
But that is something I forgot to mention at the start of all of this, and I really should have probably mentioned that pretty close to the beginning, was that
We didn't buy this from our local game store.
we did not buy this from the local game store. We bought it from Amazon, but generally speaking, I think if you're doing an unboxing of a product that you bought online, you should mention the price. So yeah, we spent about $72 on this, which, in all honesty, like, that in itself is a fantastic deal, because each one of these models you could probably sell for around $10. So
The blind boxes themselves sell for $7 a piece, which means we got essentially 2 boxes for free.
yeah, which, you know, again, any way you slice that is a fantastic deal. So I think, yeah, that'll cover the like unboxing portion. So I think all that's left to do is kind of show you what I've done with the ones that I have picked up previously. So we will start with Brother Guyan. So this is kind of how like they expected him to be painted up, you know, ultramarine, you know, standard pose, all that good stuff. And this is what I have done with him.
Whoa.
Let's see if that.
It's a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if that works. Yeah, I apologize if my webcam is not that great, if the lighting is not that great. Honestly, we've tried doing the best we could with it. I will try to describe it the best I can. But anyway, this is my mock-up of Brother Gaius as a...
Guyan.
Or Guyan, I'm sorry, yeah. Brother Guyan as a Storm Warden.
Which is a new chapter, yes?
They're not new. They're, like... You know... They're not, like, one of the first founding chapters, but they're not, like, new. They're not, like, Primaris or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's right, because these guys aren't Primaris.
Right. But, you know, did some freehand chapter symbol on there. really wish it would focus because it's just not. Got the running pose. You know, I'll hand it to you here in a second. Got the running pose. I chose the helmeted head for this one. So I might come back to the bear head for the next one. Got all of his little belt pouches and accoutrements on the back there, and again, he's part of the Death Watch, so he's got the black armor and the silver arm and shoulder pad of the Death Watch. So I'll hand him off to Amy, or to Amlado. Whoops, sorry.
You're okay.
We'll get kind of a better look at him, hopefully.
There's his chapter symbol.
Yeah, that looks much better. It's not perfect, but it's a damn sight better than this shit-tastic webcam.
Profile. Front.
Little comparison there.
And here's the Death Watch arm. So all in all, I'd say he looks pretty cool. I'm trying not to like get my fingernails on him because I don't want to scuff his paint.
But this is what I mean though when I talk about how like, yeah, they expect you to, or they anticipated that you'd paint these guys up as Ultramarines, but by no means do you have to. Like I did not paint this guy up as an Ultramarine at all.
If you want to make them all Dark Angels, you can. If you want to make them all Blood Angels, you can. If you want to make them all...
Whatever.
Whatever. I hear that the Iron Hands are going to be big coming up. The White Scars are going to be big coming up. The Blood Ravens are going to be big coming up.
Yeah, I mean, you could basically make these guys into whatever chapter you want.
Space Wolfie Boys.
So, and again, like I said, just because I painted... Or just because they want these guys as Ultramarines, and just because I painted this guy up as a Storm Warden, that other Brother Guyan that was in the box, I could paint him up as something entirely different. You know, I could do whatever I wanted with him.
You could paint him up as an Iron Hand.
If I wanted to. So really, you know, the choice is yours. One thing I do want to point out is that they do not come with these Death Watch shoulder pads. I had these on my own just because I play Death Watch and had a bunch of them amassed in my own bits box.
From upgrade kits and various boxes.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I had to do to get the shoulder pad on here
is destroy the shoulder pad in the first place.
I had to destroy the existing shoulder pad that was sculpted already onto this arm. Basically, I went at it with the clippers.
And a nail file.
Clippers, nail file, and my X-Acto knife, once again being an unsafe Ulysses. Until I had basically gotten it all shaved down to the sort of rounded shoulder underneath, and had enough space that I was able to fit the Deathwatch shoulder pad onto it.
It's a testament to the plastic of these models that the shoulder underneath did not split and break the arm off or anything like that. It's actually really well made plastic.
Oh yeah, all this stuff is really well made plastic. Like these, they're Games Workshop models.
It's not fine cast though. Which
it's not
the softer.
Even that, I would have had an easy time shaving all that stuff down. But yeah, no, these are the regular plastic models. They're not fine cast or anything like that. The closest thing I had to any sort of mishap was my own fault. I was shaving down one of the arms, and I shaved down slightly too much to the point that I put a hole into the shoulder. So that when I slotted the arm onto the peg, I could actually see the peg sticking out through the arm. But it got covered up with the shoulder pad, so it all
worked out.
Yeah, it all worked out fine. But as I said before, they don't actually come with the Deathwatch shoulder pads. I had those already,
So you will have to either buy a Deathwatch upgrade kit or have a Deathwatch army and have spares from a box of what, like veterans,
Veterans, yeah, basically anything that says Death Watch on it.
But you can get a good set. How many? Was it 10 shoulder pads come in an upgrade kit?
I want to say it's 10.
I want to say it's 10 too.
I think it's 10 tactical marine shoulder pads and 2 Terminator shoulder pads, I think.
So yeah, you get that for about $15.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
And if you have, if you buy a box of veterans or whatever, they'll have them in there, and you'll end up with extras. Basically, yeah. At a certain point, like I ended up having more of those than I knew what to do with. But yeah, just to warn you that yeah, you will have to, if you're converting to the Death Watch, you will have to shave down and carefully like trim down that left shoulder pad until you have enough room to fit the Death Watch shoulder pad on over it.
Note, you can't freehand a Deathwatch shoulder pad because it is sculpted, and it does have extra ridges that regular shoulder pads typically don't have, right?
You can if you're good at it. I'm not good at it. I'm not going to try to freehand Deathwatch, the scroll work and the, like, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to do that on a flat shoulder pad because I'm not anywhere near good at it. And I have a bunch of Deathwatch shoulder pads sitting around, so I'm just going to use those.
Yep.
But I have seen people do all of that with all that relief work and all that like scripting and all that on like a bare shoulder pad.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. People with way more time, patience, and skill than I have. So anyway, so that's my painted up version of Brother Guyan as a Storm Warden. Next we have Brother Castor, and again, this is what they wanted, based on like the picture, ultramarine, got that standard pose, all that good stuff. And this is my version of Brother Castor as a member of the Aurora chapter, one that I don't see honestly all that often. I'll do kind of like a little spin around, and then I'll hand them off to you, Amlado, so you can show them off in your better webcam.
It's not supposed to be better. This one came with the computer.
Evidently it is, though. So yeah, the Aurora chapter is one that I really haven't seen much love for lately. So I wanted to kind of do something with that, and again, show sort of lesser known chapters. So he's got the same pose and everything. I went with the bare head on this one. Once again, I had to shave off the existing shoulder pad and replace it with the Deathwatch one. I think I did a pretty good job on this one. So I will hand them off. You can spin them around, take a look at everything.
We will start with the Deathwatch shoulder pad side. Spin him very slowly.
Yeah, so you got the silver armor, the silver shoulder pad.
With the gold detail on the skull thingum. Backpack.
Yeah, there we go.
Then we got the awesome chapter symbol here.
Yeah, which, by the way, that and the Storm Warden, both of those were free-handed. I know they have transfers for a bunch of these, but I don't have them, so I just kind of had to freehand it. Yeah, you got the bare head on there and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's basically it for this guy. I don't know that I can say anything about him in particular that I haven't said about the other one. So that was Brother Castor as a member of the Aurora chapter.
Is the Aurora chapter a successor chapter to anything?
Of the Ultramarines, I believe.
So, in a way, in spirit.
Yeah, in spirit, in a way, yeah. But again, another one of those, I could have him painted up as somebody entirely different. You know? And again, head swaps.
Yep.
So this one, okay, this is Brother Garrus. This is the gunslinger / sharpshooter guy.
Up more.
Up more. Where are we going? Okay. And this guy, I actually did more kit bashing on this guy than I have on any of the other ones. So this is my rendition of Brother Garrus as a member of the Angels Eradicant.
Which I've never heard of.
They were like a really like little known chapter that I just sort of stumbled across on the like Warhammer Wikipedia. There's not really a lot known about them. I believe they're a Blood Angels successor, I think. I could be entirely wrong, but I liked the chapter symbol, and so I just kind of decided to go with it. But as you can see, he is not carrying the bolter on this one the way he is on the card. I actually took that arm entirely off and equipped him with a power fist instead. I just happened to have a power fist sitting around, and one of the things that I noticed about the Brother Garrus model is that if you look at the back of the bolter on the model, it actually sort of touches the shoulder pad, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to shave that shoulder pad off like I have with the other ones without damaging the bolter, or vice versa. So I decided, well, the arms are separate. I don't have to worry about one or both arms like holding the gun. So I just took that arm off and stuck the power fist on there. So here I will hand this off to Alido, who will be able to show better detail.
Looking pretty spiffy with that power fist.
Yeah, so we get the power fist and the Deathwatch shoulder pad. Spin it around a little bit. You can see the helmet with the little targeter scope thingy on it, and the bolt pistol with the scope. The little marksman's honor hanging underneath.
And over here, more freehand?
The chapter symbol?
Yes.
Yeah. This chapter symbol also was free-handed. It's it kind of curves around, so it's a little hard to see, but it's a white lightning bolt with a pair of like angelic wings on a black field. And this was one of the first ones that I did that gave me an opportunity. I don't know if you can tell on the base right here is a pipe, and I had just gotten a pot of Rise or Rust, the like technical paint, and so it gave me an opportunity to try out like a rust effect on that. I was pretty happy with how that turned out. So that was Brother Garrus done as a member of the Angels Eradicant. And then next we have Brother Promothor, the plasma gun wielding guy. But I said, hey, let's not do him as an Ultramarine. Let's do him as an Iron Lord. So these guys are successors of the Iron Hands. And they are...
It's true. We are not talking about the Iron Lords of Destiny.
No, not to be confused with Destiny's Iron Lords. These are Warhammer 40k Iron Lords.
Just throwing that one out there.
But these guys are xenophobic to the extreme.
More so than the Black Templars?
More so than most other chapters, yes. They are extremely xenophobic. So, I figured, hey, the Death Watch are all about
xenophobia
and fighting aliens. So it stands to reason that one of the most xenophobic chapters out there would have members in the Death Watch.
So,
and because he had the this augmetic arm here, which the Iron Hands and their successor chapters are like prone to...
The flesh is weak.
Yeah, they're prone to removing perfectly good like limbs and organs and replacing them with mechanical parts in an effort to become stronger. I was like, it all fits. Like, this guy has to be an Iron Lord.
So, them being particularly xenophobic, are they particularly good at fighting aliens? Is that what makes them good for the Death Watch, or is it just they hate them a lot?
Just they hate them so much.
Follow-up question. How does the Death Watch feel about Guilliman's new big titty Eldar GF?
I think they see it as sort of a necessary evil.
Ah.
Yeah. Just like anything in 40k, their morals are dubious.
At best.
Yeah. They're like, we don't like it, but he's the Lord Commander of the Imperium, and there's not really anything that we can say to stop him. So yeah, I went with the bare head because I really liked that rebreather. It's just so cool looking. He's got the augmetic arm. Got all the other little details, space sculptures and stuff. One of the things that I did though, in terms of the chapter symbol, I kind of had to like apply 2 different transfers and then paint over them. I used the transfers almost as
stencils
or templates, because the Iron Lord's chapter symbol, and you'll get to see this. Actually, I have to talk about this while you're
I'm showing them off.
The Iron Lord's chapter symbol is a gauntleted fist, kind of like the Imperial fists, and it's holding an iron halo.
I will get to that here in a second.
Yeah, so that's the Deathwatch shoulder pad.
That's the back.
The back.
Here. Oh boy.
You might have to tip him a little bit. There you go. So yeah, you got that gauntleted fist holding an iron halo. Now, I don't have any transfers like that, but I had 2 transfers similar to that. I had a small iron halo transfer from the like Primaris Marines like transfer kit, and I had a Crimson Fists transfer. Did you show off the cool head? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. And I had a Crimson Fists transfer that I basically just cut the like fist part out of. So I put I painted the shoulder pad black. Then I put the Iron Halo transfer down, and then I put the fist transfer, the cutout piece of the fist, over that, and it basically created the shape of the chapter symbol that I wanted. So then once all that was dry and in the right place that I wanted, then I went over it with the correct colors and essentially used that as a template to recreate the Iron Lord's chapter symbol. So that one was a challenge,
to say the least.
To say the least. but I'm pretty proud of the way it turned out.
I'm pretty proud of like just how you managed to finagle it to.
It took some finagling. It took a lot of finagling, but I got it, and I'm, like I said, I'm pretty proud of it. So yeah, so that was Brother Promathor as an Iron Lord. And last but not least, I did say that I had one of these, but I wanted to save the best for last. Brother Captain Thessarius. Now this one was a little bit unique. I painted him up as a Son of Orar, which is another Ultramarines successor chapter. If any of you have read Gav Thorpe's Path of the Eldar series, or trilogy rather, you may remember the Sons of Orar as the chapter that attacked the Elatok craft world. What?
What if people wanted to read that?
I didn't say how or why. I just said that they're in it. So yeah, they're a successor chapter of the Ultramarines. They get their name because they venerate an old Ultramarines sergeant or captain or somebody from the old Ultramarines Legion back before
The fall.
Back before the heresy and all the Codex Astartes and the second founding and all that. So they sort of venerate him as like almost like a spiritual father rather than like a genetic father, because that would be Guilliman. But yeah, so the captain has the plasma pistol, a lot of gold filigree, got the power fist here. Got some cat hair on him, apparently. Got some scroll work. Underneath there, you can see kind of like cloak details. Got the back of the cloak, which I'm pretty proud of. I know Amlado touched on like shading detail and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, not to like toot my own horn, but I think I did a pretty good job on like getting some shading and stuff in to the like crevices, making the gold like really stand out on the corners there. I will hand him over to you so that you can show that detail. There's
Full on front view.
Yeah, full on frontal right there. There's quite a bit of detail on him.
He really has a lot going on.
One of the things that I like about this particular guy too is, if you remember on all these other ones, I was talking about having to shave off the Deathwatch shoulder pad.
He does not have a visible shoulder pad.
Yeah, like shave off the old shoulder pad rather to put the Deathwatch shoulder pad on it. He doesn't have a visible left shoulder pad. The cloak pretty much covers everything up.
So he didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was paint that shoulder pad and that arm silver, and it would look just like any other Deathwatch shoulder pad. So I was pretty relieved.
The iron halo up here.
Yeah, because I tell you what, if there was any sort of like sculpted detail that was also covered by that cloak, I would not have been able to make him a member of the Deathwatch. Because I can shave off a shoulder pad, but I can't replicate the folds and layers and stuff of a cloak.
And there is his chapter symbol.
It's very, very small. It's inside of that little inset. But it's sort of like an inverted, like...
Ohm.
Well, it's the inverted U from the Ultramarines. Or I guess it's the Omega symbol, wouldn't it be?
Ohm.
Ohm? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. But, yeah. So that is Brother Captain Thessarius as a member of the Sons of Orar.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our whole little family.
Yeah. I might see about doing another video of these later on. Maybe once I've got some of the other ones painted up. Especially if you guys, leave a like, leave a comment.
Let us know what you thought.
Yeah, let us know that you like getting to see these.
Maybe subscribe to the channel if you want to see more.
That would be awesome of you.
Or as Ariel says, sweet.
Sweet. You've been, lurking back there, man. I haven't seen you for, most of this. But, we're glad to have you here. So, yeah, drop a subscription, drop a like, drop a comment, follow
the YouTube channel, the link is down there.
Follow Amlido on Twitter.
At Amlido is Amy.
Which is up there.
Yes.
Follow us on Twitch.
Well, they're watching right now, so at Amlido.
Yeah. Drop some bits if you like. Do all that cool stuff. Let us know that you like this and that you want to see more of it in the future. I think, depending on what my work schedule looks like, we're gonna try to do some more streaming. Because I know, I've been very out of the streaming schedule lately. Just
I've
with
been
work.
Busy doing a lot of stuff around the house.
Yeah, so it's streaming has been
on the back burner.
We do want to keep doing it though. We do want to get back into it.
Might do a stream tomorrow.
Perhaps.
Actually.
So, keep an eye out for those. We will definitely make announcements as they come.
Since they're watching, how are you feeling about the Zuma stream tonight?
We will have to see.
Okay.
I will let you know. I'll take a break after this at the very least, and then we'll see how I'm going.
Okay.
I think that covers everything. Did say that, we are going to try to get back into streaming.
Yep.
My schedule willing and all that.
If we do a stream tomorrow, look for this camera over here to be set up so that Tarathiel can paint or draw on stream.
Yeah, we'll be doing something with it. Hopefully, hopefully we can get camera issues worked out so that this camera up here will not be quite so blurry. If it is still that way, we hope that you guys will bear with us.
So, for now, this has been Amlido.
And this is Tarathiel.
And this was a Warhammer 40k Space Marine Heroes unboxing.
Yes.
I think it went well.
I think so too. Full set all at once.
Yup.
Did a pretty good job.
Yep. So, thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.